It's the Metal Moose podcast radio experience, digital conscience thing. It's Moose on the, I'm on the, is this north side or this?
I'm inside the building. I
Yeah,
have no
I'm
idea.
on this side of the room. And
if I have a compass, I could tell you.
By the way, Becca Warren just told me that I was gorgeous, so there you go.
Oh, someone told me I was beautiful and gorgeous. Someone else just told me I'm beautiful. I'm having a great
This
day
is a
over
normal
here.
thing for you.
This
The
is
people
amazing.
love the squirrel. The moose, not so much. People, I think, watch me to make fun of me mostly, and that's okay.
You think so? Yeah.
Possibly.
Now that just sealed the deal. Yes, I would agree with that.
Becca is the one who's
Oh my
running
gosh.
the Monster Mash Music Bash coming up, which is really cool.
Yes.
So if you don't know about that, make sure and look it up on Facebook. She might just give you a ticket if you tell her you heard it on the
Metal
Moose
Moose,
Show.
on the Metal Moose.
Chris Shockley just said, I miss being on the Moose Show. Get the Oracle back on. Oh, you're a band. I see. I was like, nobody really has ever been on the show with us. So I wasn't sure what you were talking about. But Matt Day is here as well. Hey, Matt, what's going on? I'm sure we'll see some Moose Fest Tulsa members a little bit later here.
Yes.
October 1st.
October 1st. Going down.
At the Downtown Lounge in Tulsa, which I was going to talk about this. I was going to put it on Facebook. I don't want to scare people off, but the capacity of the Downtown Lounge is 100 people.
The first 100 people to get their tickets
are going to be in, but it's going to be sold out really quick. But I think what's going to happen is people are going to cycle through. They'll come in to watch their favorite band, and then they'll bounce and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Chris Gillum and Benjamin Emerson on Facebook. So you people are listening to us on many, many radio affiliates across the United States and Europe. Thanks for being here. We got United Rock Nations in France, XRP over in England. Got a lot of radio stations, and that's awesome. And then, of course, iTunes and Spreaker and all that crap. So we're all over the place, kind of like the fat girl in junior high that liked you.
That liked you.
Yes. Yes.
Let's rephrase that. That liked you.
Yes,
not
she
me.
did.
Not me.
Yes. Now, she used to leave me. She was an office aide.
Really?
And she would leave things.
This is a real story?
This is a real story. Real story.
Okay.
Big, lovely lady. She would leave me things in my locker.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, well.
What kind of things did she leave in your locker?
Yeah, I don't think I can talk about it.
Oh.
But yeah, yeah. But every guy on the planet has had that girl that's in junior high that liked him that they were like, no. Chris Gillum just said he was the fat girl. Did I ever tell you the story about I was going home from work one day and had a really, really, really bad day, and I went to get a beer, and it was like this little tiny beer bar, and the waitress was a girl that I went to school with that was absolutely terrifying in school.
Wait. She was terrifying to you?
Yeah, like not attractive.
Oh, okay,
right.
That terrifying way.
Holy hell. Oh, my God.
That is so not nice.
Yeah, but she looked really nice now. And I was like, I so should have paid attention to you. She did.
Okay.
She filled out well.
Oh, okay. So she
it wasn't just that, but I mean, now I don't know if she had work done or what, but I was like, whoa.
So she went from
horrifying
like
to
the Ugly Duckling to Barbie?
Boing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, man, it was incredible.
Wow.
And I had to get, I was, married, so I was like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Oh, my gosh, really?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
I did. It was a bad news. Okay, here, Becca Warren said for the Monster Mash Music Bash, 1 ticket to the first person to PM Event Solutions and tell her that you heard about it on the Metal Moose Show. So somebody can win a festival ticket. Just find Event Solutions on Facebook, message Becca and say, I heard about it on the Moose, and you're going to have a free ticket.
On the Moose.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
That's a free concert ticket just for listening to a dumb radio show. So listen, I try to say it as much as possible. A lot of people watch this on Facebook, don't understand this. You can listen to the entire show with all of the music included at the website, www.themetalmoose.com. You can also find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Twitter, on Tumblr.
Even on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
So if you're a businessman in
Are you
a
on
suit,
LinkedIn?
Yes.
I'm on LinkedIn too.
I know. I see
okay,
it all the
yeah.
time.
So
I'm on LinkedIn, Periscope.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Mr. Buck Wild in the house.
Buck Wild. I love that name. No, I don't have a Snapchat. I need to get a Snapchat.
I can't do it. It's the Metal Moose Show and not doing the Snapchat. Be back in a few.
The Moose Rocks Canada.
shiver in darkness, all we love to gaze. The fields, they're barren, home lies dead in the dust. We beg to live and soften their disgust. Fight me, they say, be a righteous man. Spoil to war, bring life to this dead land. I cannot hold them close. These hands are only guiding. I hear the song once more.
Moose Rock Chicago.
So what's going on? It's the Metal Moose Radio Podcast, a digital experience extravaganza. One of these days I'll settle down with a name. Until then, it's all of those things. It's www.themetalmoose.com. You can find the radio show on over 50 radio affiliates across the entire world, iTunes, Stitcher. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I just put it in for iHeart. So we may be on iHeart very soon.
Nice.
Which is cool.
Nice.
And David Brown says he loves the show and that we had an awesome wedding. It was cool. The marshals behind me were actually the backdrop of the wedding. So I don't know what that was about.
I'm changing the filters on my Facebook.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
now I'm green with purple eyes. That's funny.
I'm supposed to say that Johnny's ass said sup.
Sup.
I've never spoken to Johnny's ass before, but
Sup.
apparently sup.
Sup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we were talking about this earlier prior to the first show, that on this show I don't talk about metal at all. I've always said that the Metal Moose Show was kind of like the Seinfeld of metal radio shows because it's not about anything. It's just
Cheetos and bacon.
It's
and
Cheetos and
stuff.
bacon and Crisco with a little bit of cinnamon sugar mixed in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where do you
bacon, but butter flavored Crisco with a little cinnamon in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Look, cheesecake.
No. Cheesecake is something you can actually eat and enjoy.
That is
Crisco, no.
It's butter flavored with cinnamon on it.
Then use real butter. Don't use Crisco.
Okay, butter and cinnamon sugar. Either way, I'm just saying it's.
That just sounds like a heart attack.
So there are a lot of. Look, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out happy.
Well, just use whipped cream or something.
There's so many people who are like, "What is your show about?" It's about nothing.
It's about fun. We just have fun. We talk about stuff. We enjoy listening to all the amazing artists that we have that play music.
Like listening to the music, and I like talking to the people on Facebook and getting emails from people. Do you remember the movie Porky's?
Yes, I have a story about Porky's. But yes.
Oh, yeah. Tell. Do tell.
Okay. So when I was a kid, this show Porky's came out. Okay. Well,
holy crap.
Shut your mouth. I hate you so bad. Every week it gets worse. No, so me and a group of friends went, and my dad took me and my friends, and we had to go see.
Your dad took you to see Porky's?
It was a while ago, okay? It's been a while. Be nice, be nice. I'm still 29. We're going with that. So we went to see. Okay, I'm not even going to say the movie because that'll really date me, but my dad took us and we went to see, and so there's, we went in the theater, bought us tickets and everything. Well, every one of my friends went and snuck into the theater that was showing Porky's. Well, I'm pissed because I'm sitting over there by myself going, seriously, I can't leave. I know as soon as I leave, something's going to happen, right? I give in. I actually walk into the theater, and it must have been timed perfect because it was a dead silent part of the movies, and all I hear is, Lisa, in my dad's voice. He went to watch Porky's in the back row.
Of course.
He called me out. Everybody in the dark, you can see all their heads go and turn around, look at me walking in the door. Humiliated. I had to turn around and walk back to the other movie theater.
So the moral of the story is don't take your children to see Porky's.
No, and I didn't watch it for years and years and years, and I finally watched it. I was like, that's the dumbest movie ever.
Oh, no.
It's funny, but it's dumb. I mean, back then it was probably, but right now
I tried watching, Mrs. Moose and I tried to watch Family Ties the other day. We loved Family Ties, the greatest show in the world.
Back then, it was great.
It is terrible. It is terrible.
Well, when you watch it, 40 years later? Yeah.
And then same thing with Quantum Leap. I loved Quantum Leap, and I watched it again, and I was like, this is absolute garbage.
I remember Quantum Leap.
I loved it, and it sucks.
What about MacGyver? Oh, do you know that they're bringing back the MacGyver television series, but of course it's a younger, more hip. And he doesn't fix everything with a bubblegum wrapper.
Right, but it's not him anymore, though, right? It's somebody else.
He's actually, I
think...
You
can't do that.
I know. Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah.
I had the biggest crush on him when he was MacGyver. I thought he was the man. So.
Speaking of the man, this is the Moose with Squirrel at the Moosehead Studios. We're about to play more metal from Among the Betrayed. Then we'll come back and, talk about Spurs or something. It's the Moose.
Gosh.
Crank it up.
Get loose with the Moose. Moose.
You just said to somebody on film that you don't want naughty pictures sent to you.
Yes.
However, I will say that prior to Smash leaving, she was talking about somebody who had sent a very interesting picture to her.
Yes.
And I think you guys said you were going to share it. I mean, so what's the difference?
She said she was going to share it.
But you said you don't want any pictures sent to you. She's going to send it to you.
Smash likes pictures sent to her.
Okay.
So you can find Smash, send her pictures. She shares them with her group of friends.
Yes, she does.
And then she gets rid of them.
So back when...
So I don't know if it's a good thing or a good laugh or,
when
goodness.
Mary was on the show, I told people that she liked large, hairy men to grease themselves up and take photos, and she got so many pictures. So
yeah, I don't... If you look like a walking Chewbacca,
I've never
I'm just
received a
not into
picture.
it. I'm not into
not
it.
once, which is cool. I mean, I'm not
I
asking
don't
for
see
one.
how
but
you have not received any pictures from a male or a female, but especially female. But seriously,
No.
you've been doing this for almost 3 years, and you have not received not even one. I just
No.
want to take a picture, like a Google image thing, and send it to you, just so you
now,
had one.
Now on Facebook, we've asked people to post their pictures, the Moose Crew, and people have posted their pictures there. But
those are normal, like presentable pictures.
Right,
They're
yeah,
not
but-
like.
And I've never received a photo in my email that's saying, "Hey, here's my name and here's a picture." That's
Here's my name.
I mean, here's what my name is. Here's where I live. Whatever.
you
No,
haven't
it
had
doesn't.
any stalkers?
No, and I've been begging for.
He does beg for stalkers.
Matt-
I'm serious. We should find someone to stalk you. I don't know how you don't have stalkers. Maybe it's because you're married and they're afraid.
That's a possibility, but I mean,
That you
it's.
never
I
know
think
what-
it's this face. It's that's probably
The face
they're
for
like,
radio. You have the face for radio.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You
No,
you don't even have the face for radio.
I do have the face for radio, but I don't see him looking at me going, I think I want to stalk that
Really?
big.
I don't
large
have
man.
any necessarily stalkers.
You
Not yet.
could if you wanted.
I-
I could have so many people after you.
Do I want stalkers? Is that what
No,
you're
I'm just saying you could if you wanted to.
I've had stalkers like in real life before I did the radio show. Mm-hmm. And where police were involved, the whole thing. I mean, like
No police
legitimate
involvement
stalkers.
in my life, please. I don't need that.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
where I'm single and you're not, that could make a huge difference. I don't know.
that's true. That's true.
You know.
But when I was doing Dirt Talk, I did Dirt Talk for over 2 years. I didn't have stalkers.
You
What
didn't have
is
stalkers?
this?
Really?
No, I didn't. Mm-mm.
That I'm not going to explain what that
I
is.
actually know what it is, but
Yeah, we're just going
put
to.
that there. Good
Well,
God.
There you go.
I need to put this in my back pocket when I go to the cowboy bar.
Hey, don't be making fun.
Like,
Don't be making
see
fun.
that, sister? There you go.
Oh my God.
Just saying. Anyway, it's the Metal Moose Radio Show with Moose and Squirrel. We've gone through such an interesting time with Moose Fest Tulsa coming up. I was talking to Teresa about this. Like, I know we've never discussed it before, but there's a management company called Voodoo Queen Management, and we've played a lot of Voodoo's bands and dealt with Yvonne and all that stuff too. But apparently, I don't know, Teresa said there's some weird stuff going on. I haven't heard from Yvonne or anything, but I like Voodoo Queen. They do a lot of great stuff. But yeah, we're going to be doing the Moose Fest in Tulsa at the Downtown Lounge. We're going to rock it out. We're going to have a good time. I'm sure there'll be adult beverages.
There better be.
There will be Moose T-shirts for sale.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have
stickers and T-shirts
stickers,
and
T-shirts, yeah, that kind of
all
stuff.
kinds of memorabilia.
None of my kids can come because they're not old enough. So it'll be an adult night.
We'll have to take plenty of videos.
Erin can't be there. She's going to go see Vanilla freaking Ice.
Oh my gosh.
That night.
Okay,
so.
I remember one of our very first shows. I brought up the topic Vanilla Ice, and I swear for the next month I never let that. You never let me live that down. Because he has his own show on HGTV. He goes in and remodels these houses.
He's still a talentless hack.
I didn't know he was back touring.
I don't think he ever stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
You know?
You gave me such a hard time about it.
Well,
so.
it was your very first time on the Metal Moose Show, and you bring up Vanilla Ice. Jesus.
It was a topic. We were discussing it. It just came out.
I got the 30th. Master of Puppets turns 30 years old this year, so Metallica released a book about the making of Master of Puppets and all that stuff, and I pre-ordered the book, and it came to my house today. But the really cool thing about it is that some of the books are going to be signed. Mine was signed. So until I have an autographed Metallica book at home waiting on me.
Oh,
Make
nice.
sure and give us a call at 424-666-7356. Tell you what, if you text...
Text what?
If you text...
What, this number or my other
No,
number?
we're my number, 424-666-7356. If you text a picture especially for Lisa, we'll give you a ticket to Moose Fest. But it better be creative, man. I mean, there better be a Cheeto.
Creative selfie?
Hey, by the way, Johnny Black messaged Becca Warren and won himself a ticket to the
Congratulations, Johnny Black.
Monster Mash Music Bash. See, they just listen to the Moose and you win concert tickets.
Congratulations.
And so, once again, a naked picture to Lisa.
No.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
You did.
No.
No.
A picture to Lisa. You win yourself a ticket to Moose Fest, 424-666-7356. And we might just call you, because that's kind of the people we are. I wonder if the guys over in France like you that listen on Contact on United Rock Nations.
I don't know.
The squirrel is exquisite meat. I'd like to taste it.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh!
I cannot believe you just burped on the air.
No.
It's the Moose. Don't try to get out of it. It's the Moose.
With the latest in high-octane Metal Moose. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Metal Moose. For the latest in high-octane Metal Moose. Visit them on Facebook at Metal Moose Radio for weekly podcasts and more up-to-date information and events. Metal Moose. Yeah, the beats of you so raven.
are listening to the Metal Moose.
Said that. It's the Metal Moose Show and Zyla Adams on the phone with us. Zyla, how are you?
I am good. Just trying to pack up my house.
What are you packing up your house for?
She sold it in 6
I
hours.
sold it in 6 hours.
Why did you sell your home?
Well, I sold my home because I'm moving. And,
That's a good reason.
There's lots of life changes, but it's not for the air.
Are you? Where are you moving to?
I'm moving to Guthrie.
Oh no! Why in God's name?
Why?
I actually, you know what's weird is I actually like it out there.
Why?
There's a Masonic temple there. That town is full of evil.
Well, I mean,
Isn't
know
that
me,
the drug
I'm kinda
capital of
evil
Oklahoma?
Anyway.
I don't. All I know is that they have a water issue going on right now. There's like a bunch of chemicals in their water to making people sick. So
I thought it was
Yeah,
like...
there's that, but they also have a lot of really fun, like, just weird festivals all the time.
They do? Because I literally thought it was the drug capital of Oklahoma. I've always heard that.
Well, they do have wine festivals quite often.
well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not going to complain about that one.
So listen, Zyla went to school with me when I was cool. Like when I had hair.
Always cool.
I was skinny and had hair. It was awesome.
Nice. Now you got the bald mullet going on.
You did have a lot of hair, and it was like spiky.
Yeah.
Spiky mullet.
I didn't have
It
no.
was a spiky mullet.
I didn't really have
It was kind of long in the back.
It was kind of long. You had the spiky mullet.
at the longest point. It was 17 inches all the way around.
So you can actually say at one time you were 17 inches.
Absolutely, damn it. Absolutely. So, yeah, it was really long. So, Zyla, did you call to request something or just call to chat?
Well, I just had a question. So I've been kind of, on Facebook and just kind of looking around on videos and things like that, and I don't understand what the fascination is with kids posting videos of themselves getting into fights with other kids. Like, I don't get it. And I just thought maybe somebody could help me out as far as understanding this. I think it's crazy.
It's their 15 minutes of fame in any way they can do it, I think.
I think that the United States in particular has been addicted to violence for a long time. I mean, it's just kids being dumbasses, and people will watch it. You can.
Well, when we grew up, we didn't have that, so we didn't have video of us being stupid, but now they do it.
True.
But I mean, they're going to be arrested. There's a bunch of issues that are going to come out of that.
No, that's true. But think about how many people watch NASCAR to see the wrecks.
That's different. That's not somebody bullying and harassing and beating up somebody else. That's stupid.
My point being, though, is that we're addicted to violence. We like to see people get hurt.
Okay, when you say we, that's...
America.
Well, that's...
America.
America. I don't think that it's all of America. I just think that the media has tried to train and have us follow like little sheep and think that we are addicted to that. For sure.
You've seen the X-Files, right? I mean, that's not a question. But my answer is it's just people like to watch people beat each other up. Ed.
I don't.
I don't know. I never did. And I guess maybe
I can't even...
old.
I can't even watch boxing hardly.
I don't remember there being that many fights when we were in junior high and high school together.
No.
So, listen real quick. I'm going to tell you the story because we're about to run out of time. This is a true story. I was on America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know. A lot of people don't know that, but I was actually on the show. And we found out when we were there that, they always show the audience voting. Mm-hmm. Well, the audience they don't actually choose the winner. The president of the show does.
Really?
Yeah. And what the president of the show likes is people getting hit in the nuts.
Are you kidding me?
So, if you notice from you watching from now on, people getting hit in the nuts is usually the winners.
Are you kidding?
We got second place to somebody getting hit in the nuts. So it's true.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
so when they say audience place your votes, that doesn't mean anything.
It does, but the president, his vote trumps everything. So
Wow.
we won second place when I was on there, which we would have been first place if it wasn't for the president liking people getting whacked in the nuts. So
Wow.
it's
Wow.
it's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
All right,
but
well,
it's crazy.
it's the Metal Moose with Zyla, Squirrel, and the Moose. Give us a call on the Moose line at 424-666-7356. It's time for more metal and stuff. See ya. Go.
Show your rack, Cheetos, and rubber chickens.
We are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covet means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of election, on intimidation instead of free choice.
Get on your bleeding knees. Let your fears and fleeting isolation. Forgiveness gone. The hopelessness. The war is on. Have you seen the stars? Waves and oceans rise. Fearfulness the size. Purifying exercise. Have you seen the stars? Waves and oceans rise. Fearfulness the size. Purifying exercise. You are listening to the Metal Moose.
So it was really cool earlier. By the way, this is the Metal Moose Radio Podcast Extravaganza, Digital Conscience, AM radio thing. So I learned earlier tonight that Han Solo was on Star Trek.
Why are you giving me a hard time?
Well, it
Why?
wasn't just you. You do say Star Trek.
Okay, because I can't. It's very difficult for me to say Star Trek.
Why?
I don't know, but
You have like an incredibly good normal speech pattern.
I do, and
The
I
word
really
Trek
do
should be-
enunciate quite well
You do.
most of my words.
You do.
However, Star Trek has always just flowed out of my mouth, and I've never been corrected. I know how to spell it. Star
You've been
Trek.
corrected.
Yes.
Trek.
On. Thank you.
Have you ever heard of Trekkies? There's Trekkies, but not Trekkies.
I know.
Nor
I know.
Nor
I
is
mispronunciated a word.
Han Solo also. Now that
No,
wasn't you.
That
was
was not
Smash.
me. That was Smash.
That was Smash. But she said that she thought Han Solo was great in Star Trek.
Yes, and that was hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, on our.
But I don't know.
show.
I was being very quiet during the country show. But the first Star Trek movie actually came out in like 1977 or something.
Was
They've
it?
been doing Star Trek movies for a long time.
Star Trek.
Trek.
Thank
yes.
you. I'm going to really enunciate that
Good
one
deal,
very
yeah.
strongly tonight.
So, like in '77, when you were
it's been out 50
12,
years. In 77, okay,
when you were 12.
something like that. Anyway, it's been out 50 years. I'm not 50.
No, it was funny. It was funny. No. But the movies, because she was like, "Yeah, they got movies. I just saw one of them the other day."
And she thought it was.
And then she
Star
talked about
Trek,
one of the new ones.
But it's Star Wars. But that's been out almost a year now.
No. I think she was,
No, it was
she
a Star
saw a Star
Wars.
Trek movie.
She saw Star Wars.
She saw a Star Wars movie.
Star Wars, not Star Trek. Star Wars.
with Leonard Nimoy, right?
No.
So
She got the cast mixed up between Star Wars and Star Trek.
my wife was here, and then she left, so I don't know.
Oh,
what
well,
happened
there you go.
Probably because we were talking about Han Solo on Star Trek.
Star Trek. What is wrong with me saying that?
It's funny to me because there are a lot of people that say that though. A lot of people say Star Trek.
I'll probably get some serious emails going.
There are going to be some. There are going to be some Trekkies out there that
I
are
know.
like,
I'm not going to be invited to
I
the next
can't like
Comic-Con.
you anymore. You don't wear pointed ears.
You wear pointed ears. You're not invited to the next Comic-Con. Thanks.
Right, Brandy Wagner. Thank you for being here, Brandy. Appreciate that. It's the Metal Moose Radio Show. We got more music coming up from Assimilation right now, and then we'll come back and I don't know, who knows what we'll talk about.
Who knows?
It's a possibility of something stupid, guaranteed. It's the Metal Moose.
If you ain't covered in Cheeto dust, then you just ain't listening right.
In high-octane metal moose. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Metal Moose. For the latest in high-octane metal moose. Visit them on Facebook at Metal Moose Radio for weekly podcasts and more up-to-date information and events. Metal Up. Metal Moose.
Darkness eyes of light, staring deep inside of your soul.
are listening to the Metal Moose.
Sorry for the pause, guys. We had to wait for Squirrel to suck on a cough drop for about 45 minutes.
Thank you for putting that cough drop.
For
yes,
those
it was
of
a cough
you,
drop.
Yes. For those of you who don't understand,
I was sucking on a cough drop.
my voice goes out just doing one show. Like by the end of the night,
Right.
It's just like, ugh. And you do 2 shows in a row.
I do, and one lasts about 2 hours or so. And
It
then
does,
I come
man.
on here but I've been talking all day. I've been going crazy.
I feel like I've recorded a Dark Throne record by the time we're finished. And just, Transylvania, and I can't talk anymore. So I get home and I'm exhausted and I can't talk. And
I'm still talking for hours and hours. Well, good thing my degree is in communications because I've got the gift of gab. That's what my mother used to tell me.
My wife, God bless her, she has to get out a minimum, I think, of 50,000 words a day.
Give out? What do you mean, give out?
She has to speak that many words.
Oh, okay.
Like, so I'll be completely exhausted and ready to go to bed, and she's like...
Oh, I thought you meant for her job.
No. And I mean, God love her, because I love to listen to her talk, but I mean, I don't talk that much. Hey, Toby, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. You can ask Toby from Everfade. He knows that
Hey, Toby.
I don't talk a lot.
We've been friends for a while, and that is true. But you and I talk. But as far as like if we're in a group or no, you're the quiet little wildflower in the corner.
I'm an observer. I like to watch people.
You're a voyeur? What?
No, I'm not a voyeur.
You're an observer.
I like to watch people, and
You're a
I
people
think
watcher.
I think that words are powerful.
Words are extremely powerful.
So I try to be careful about what I say.
Yes.
Because as I found out many times in life that a lot of people will take the things I say seriously, and it's not meant to be serious.
Right. Well,
so,
it depends on how you say it, what context, fluctuations, Well,
I have a lot of strong opinions.
You do?
So I think people take me really seriously when I talk about things. And so I'm just trying to be careful about what I say. And I wish that people understood that I'm joking more often than not.
Well, get away from the corner of the dance floor.
But I don't. This is very. I don't. It's egotistical of me, but I don't. I want discussion to mean something. I don't just want to jab about stuff.
Just stuff.
I'm not interested. It's boring to me. Let's talk about stuff that is
like Cheeto dust.
Hell yeah. That's interesting.
And bacon.
And bacon. You can't go wrong about bacon.
Yeah.
But I just, so many people sit around at work and they talk about the same crap, what was on TV, their husbands and their wives and their kids. And look, that's great. God bless your life. But can we, let's talk about rubber suits and,
I
don't know. Let's talk about.
That's like American history. No. What is it called? Where they're wearing the leather suits and they're crazy. It's on TV. I don't ever watch it. American Horror Story.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
what it is.
Awesome.
I figured you would watch it. I've never watched it.
Well,
I've never watched it.
I'm always way behind on things, so I got into it about.
I have to Hulu it or Netflix it.
I got into it about a year ago, and I watched the first 3 seasons, and I got a little bit into the Freak Show season, and I was like bored with it.
Really?
I haven't seen any of the stuff with Lady Gaga on it, which I'd like to see.
Oh, she's on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
I don't sit still long. I'm always going 100 miles an hour.
I think the first season was fantastic.
Really?
It's one of those shows that is in the higher level of twistedness, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's not your normal,
It's
slasher
definitely not
kind of
the
thing.
normal show.
I dig it.
By any means, but I like the commercials for it, but I don't sit still long enough to watch a lot of television. I'm usually listening to the radio and doing 5,000 things at one time. Hence the word squirrel. Hello.
I believe horror should scare the hell out of you. I don't believe in cookie cutter stuff. I mean, I want to be offended.
When you say horror, like movies and stuff,
Yeah.
I have yet to watch a horror film that scares me. I usually end up laughing because I know it's fake, it's ridiculous, that would never happen. And I'm usually laughing, and people get mad at me because I'm laughing at
You
it.
should watch some American Horror Story. I mean, it's because it's not
the
not
traditional
cookie cutter. It's not like
not the person who jumps out of the closet or chases you with the chainsaw.
Well,
or like
yeah,
even the paranormal stuff. I find the paranormal stuff.
Paranormal Activity, one of my favorite movies.
I find those fascinating. My favorite horror movie was 1, 2.
Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, I was wondering if you got that.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite horror movies.
The first one was amazing.
The first one was the best.
Second one was terrible. The third
Yeah.
one, Dream Warrior's fantastic.
Yeah,
Then
the
from
first
that
one's
point
still
on,
my
I didn't
favorite.
care.
The first one is still my favorite, and then it went on to like,
See,
number
but
25
like
and
that's a
stuff.
great example.
But I'm not scared. I don't get scared.
That's a great. A lot of people didn't probably notice this. That one of my favorite things about the first Nightmare on Elm Street is when he holds his hand up and he chops his fingers off. Do you remember what he says? This is God. That's disturbing. I love that. That's what horror is about. It's not about blood. It's about oh my God, what? You know that's
that's American Horror Story.
American Horror Story is going to make you go, what the hell just happened?
Really?
It's the Moose. We'll be back.
With the latest in high-octane metal, Metal Moose. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Metal Moose. With the latest in high-octane metal, Metal Moose. Visit them on Facebook at Metal Moose Radio for weekly podcasts and more up-to-date information and events. Metal Up. Metal Moose.
So we're talking about horror movies. Have you ever seen a Rob Zombie movie before?
He does
Okay,
movies?
so he did Devil's Rejects. He did House of a Thousand Corpses. He remade Halloween, which is fantastic.
Really? I did not know any of that.
House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. He's got a new one coming out called 31. House of a Thousand Corpses was just so far over the edge, uncomfortable.
Was it scary or just like weird? Like
It's
just wasted
weird.
$10.
No, you didn't. You don't waste $10. You can't believe
People just
what
walk out of
you're
the
watching.
theater and go,
Yeah, you're
did
like,
that just happen?
Whoa,
Really?
yeah. He is. My favorite thing about Rob Zombie is he makes horror super sexy. Like it is like
Really?
brutal, disgusting death, and it is hot. Yeah. Yeah, there are some scenes in the remake of Halloween that are just erotic as hell, and it's just blood-soaked death. I mean, it's great.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't think I would have put any of those words in the same sentence together.
I am,
and
but
you just created this whole visual for me now.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think when you can take something terrifying and make it beautiful.
I'm going to have to see that because I don't know if you can take something
Well, let me
horrible or terrifying and how do you make it beautiful?
I want to
That's
try to give
weird.
you a musical example.
Do you need
of that.
like medication after you get done?
After you watch some Rob Zombie movies, yeah. But I'm going to give you a great example, a musical example of that.
Okay.
I remember the very first time that I heard "Fade to Black," which I know you're not familiar with that. It's a
Okay.
Metallica song,
Yes.
and it's about suicide, and it's
Yeah.
the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, it's because you're
when
listening to the lyrics and it's coming from the heart and
Yeah, but it's about Did you know the song "Ride the Lightning" by Metallica is about a boy who put his brother in an electric chair and fried him to death? Yeah, I mean, when you can take things like that and you can make a beautiful emotion out of it, that to me that's art. That
is art.
So
I never. Wow. So who was it? Somebody in the band that did that? Or
No.
some
It's just a
strange-
story.
Oh, okay.
The most famous.
Is it a real story?
It's a real story. The most famous Metallica song there is called. It's a song called "One." Have you ever heard the song "One" before?
Yes.
It's about a movie called Tommy's Got His Gun. Do you know what it's about? It's about a boy who went to war, got his arms and legs blown off. He's blind, he's deaf, he can't speak, and his dad takes him on the road as a circus freak. That's what the song "One" is about. It's a beautiful song.
Now, is that a true story?
It's a movie.
I mean, maybe, but
No,
it's not.
no.
I was going to say that would be.
That's an incredibly macabre story, and they
Wow.
made it beautiful. And that's what Rob Zombie, to me, does to his movies. He takes very dark, deep things and makes them attractive.
Okay, now I'm going to have to go watch these interesting shows you're talking about. Well, I mean, it is close to Halloween. Is his new movie, what's it called, 31?
31, I haven't
Is it coming
seen it
out
yet.
close to Halloween? 'Cause
Probably.
Halloween is coming up.
Yeah.
So I would assume
Yep.
it'd be a good time for it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like things like that.
I didn't even know he was in movies.
He's not in them. He makes them.
Oh.
Yeah, he produces them,
He
writes
produces
them.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to picture him in the movie.
You know, another fantastic
So, I
example.
didn't
Do
put
you
those two
remember the
together.
show Twin Peaks?
Yes.
Did you ever watch the show Twin Peaks? It's basically
occasionally, yeah.
It's a murder mystery, and it's
Yeah, I
totally
mean, I catch it
bizarre.
here
And
and there.
I remember the first time I saw it, and when they found the main character who had died, she came out of the water, and she was beautiful, dead. Beautiful.
She was a beautiful dead person.
Dead. I mean, what art that was to me. This is, and also another great example. One of my favorite movies is American Beauty, about the kid who videotapes everything, and he says, "When you look into the eyes of a dead thing, it takes you closer to God than you'll ever be." I mean, that's the kind of, my brain totally connects with that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you terrified?
No. I'm trying to absorb all this.
Yeah, so many people,
Yeah.
they hear things or they see things and it goes in and out and they're done with it.
Right.
And I like to read into it and I like to find things out about it, and because there's a lot of great stuff out there, and everybody's, excuse me, we've talked about this. Oh my God, I just had a Hillary Clinton moment. Excuse me.
Oh my God.
We've
Do you have
talked about
pneumonia?
maybe.
Are you having a stroke?
Let me get my body double in here.
Okay. Yes.
Donna was brought up a movie. The lead singer of Twisted Sister made a horror movie called Strangeland, and I've never seen it, so I don't know if that's a good one or not. But
there's a lot of horror movies that I haven't watched, and it's not because they're probably not good. It's just I get bored because they're not scary to me. They don't. It's like, okay, typical chainsaw, typical someone's being chased. They're gonna fall down. Okay, whatever. I mean, they're so predictable, and I think that's why I don't enjoy them as much.
I think chick flicks are predictable.
Sometimes
I can't stand watching them. I love the sentiment. I like the emotion. I like emotional movies. I like to be moved by movies and music. But
yeah, I keep thinking my knight in shining armor will come rescue me or something.
Oh my God! All right, it's the Metal Moose with the knight in shining armor, I guess.
If you ain't covered in Cheeto dust, then you just ain't listening right.
show your rack, Cheetos, and rubber chickens.
So that's another one. I've actually never seen it either. The Conjuring. My son tells me that I would love it. I've never watched it. I know there's a doll in it, and
I know what it is. I've seen it. See, it didn't leave an impression on me. It's about this doll that's kind of possessed, and it keeps coming back, and it's like a paranormal.
Isn't
kind
it
of
like
thing.
Annabelle is the doll?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It didn't scare me. It's predictable. I could tell you what's going to happen. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's because they're coming out with Conjuring 2, right?
Yeah, it's already out, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, the first one, I'm like, okay, and? It doesn't affect me at all.
Like, literally, it takes a lot to get me to watch a movie anymore. I mean, a lot. Like, I might go see the new Blair Witch thing.
Okay.
But I just don't think...
The first one just made me need to take Dramamine. I wasn't really that impressed.
I think the first one was one of the most brilliant films I've ever seen.
The way they filmed it...
I get it.
...was amazing. I mean, I totally appreciate that and can see it from the art form and how it's done, like if you're actually right there videoing. The way they did that was fantastic in production and editing and filming and all that stuff. However, the story didn't do anything for me. I guess I'm weird that way. But if there's a movie out there that someone thinks that I would actually be scared, or I would love to know of a movie.
Well, he's telling you need to watch The Conjuring.
I've watched it.
What is the other one? Insidious. My son said Insidious is a really good movie.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Insidious.
Scary people. I don't know.
Okay. The thing lately is like zombies everywhere.
Yeah, boring.
Zombies
like I was into that in the
80s
when Salem's Lot was out and Night of the Living Dead and all.
Right.
The whole Walking Dead phenomenon.
Now, I do like The Walking Dead. However, they call them walkers because they're slow. But in Zombieland, they freaking run and chase you.
Have you ever seen the remake of Day of the Dead? It's pretty awesome.
I have not seen the remake.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really? So are they walkers or are they runners?
They are runners.
So that I would probably be a little bit more like realistic.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch the original Night of the Living Dead, they're walkers, but it's scary as hell back then because
it's something new. Now
it's amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, there's just sometimes I just don't think. Maybe it's just me, but the creativity, it's like the same thing. Just a. Have
you ever seen The Exorcist? Did that scare you?
Didn't bother me.
No,
didn't bother me. I don't know why. I just went,
see. To me, it wasn't a scary movie either, and I don't want to offend people, but I mean, a lot of the blasphemic imagery I thought was very artistic, and a lot of people didn't know that that's where Pantera got their name for vulgar display of power. Just some of the imagery was, a little girl stabbing herself with a crucifix. I was like, whoa.
There was a lot of,
I remember in the Howling 2 or Howling 3, the very beginning of the movie was a large, inverted ivory cross, and there was just blood running down it. And I thought, now that's disturbing. I mean, that's how you open up a movie right there.
Well, I'm some of these movies, they do have disturbing parts, but as far as fear, oh my gosh, could that really happen? Or
I think one of the scariest things I've ever seen in the movies wasn't even a horror movie. It was in Fatal Attraction when what's her name made that tape for him. Do you remember when he had to pull off on the side of the road and listen to that tape, and she was like, "You're a son of a bitch."
I don't remember the tape. I remember the rabbit being boiled and all kinds of crazy.
When Glenn Close made that little tape for him, and she was telling him how much he sucked because he wouldn't own up to it, I was like, my penis fell off. It was bad. It was terrifying.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to have to go watch Fatal Attraction.
You
watch
that. She makes a little tape for him and tells him how much of a gutless son of a bitch he is.
Really?
And it is like,
why don't I remember that part?
Oh, my God. You're a freak.
Well, hello, Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, she was a freak, but that tape is horrifying.
I'm going to have to go back and watch Netflix probably. I'm sure they've got it. Netflix has everything.
What we're going to have to do is take a break, and we'll be back in a minute after metal.
Loose with the Moose.
So it's the Metal Moose Radio Show. We've been talking about horror movies pretty much the whole time. So here's some stuff that's going to blow some people's minds. In my top 5 movies of all time, would you believe that one of them is
a chick flick?
I don't know. Well, yeah, kind of.
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
On Golden Pond is the
I
most
genuine,
like sweet, beautiful movie.
That was a great movie.
I love it.
That was I haven't seen that one in forever either.
American Beauty is
that actually when it came out, it really was
fantastic.
It was fantastic. Yes.
Rob Richardson's here. Some of his home movies are in my top 2. Never mind. And then so Breakfast Club.
That will forever be a classic. And whoever has never seen Breakfast Club, you're way
Breakfast
too
Club.
young.
I mean, John Bender. Like I am.
Oh my gosh.
I am. Oh, we're getting a phone call. Hold on. It's from Prague, Oklahoma.
Oh my.
I don't know
Here
who the
we
hell
go.
this is gonna. This could be fun. It's the Moose. Who's this?
Hey, this is Toby Still. What are you up to?
What up, dog?
Hey, Toby.
Not too much, man. Just checking out your live bit here.
And
okay,
you're live.
cool, man. Cool.
You're live now.
You gonna come out to Moose Fest in Tulsa?
What dates did that fall on again?
It's on October 1st.
Saturday.
October 1st. We've actually got our first Saturday show at Crossbones that night.
Well, that's more fun. Trust me, go do that.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'd like to come out there and see some of them bands, man.
Well, man, we haven't been to Tulsa in 2 years, so I figured it was time we get back. And I keep telling everybody
We'll
there's
be
more.
in Tulsa October 1st.
Yeah, there's more Moose Fest to come. So I mean, it's
Yes, we have quite a few planned. Quite a few planned.
yeah, man. So,
I can't wait.
I appreciate you calling. Did you have something that you wanted to tell Squirrel right here on the air?
Oh, I was going to tell her that some of these movies, you've got your homework cut out for you because some of these will just completely make your skin crawl.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
send me a list.
Okay, look.
Send me a list.
The Conjuring was the first one that actually made me creeped out.
Really? See, it didn't bother me at all. It didn't bother me at all. You have to send me a list of horror movies that you think I should watch that would probably affect me, and I will let you know if I've watched them and if I haven't, and then I'll watch them. But Conjuring
Last House on the Left.
Great classic.
Last House on the Left.
Classic movie. Yeah.
I don't think I've watched that one. I get
Need to
bored
see
too
it.
easy, so I'll have to watch that one.
Classic.
Okay.
Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn. Well,
Oh, yes.
I've made a lot of
He's
wrong
bringing
turns.
up some old. He's bringing up some old.
Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body is messed up.
Wait. Jennifer's Body. That's only like a year old or something?
Borrow some horror movies? I have a footlocker full of them you can borrow some from.
Yes, I would love them.
That's the kind of hookup you need right there.
Right, I need that kind of hookup.
That's awesome.
about all the hook I'm getting lately.
That's it. Look, I didn't even touch that.
I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toby from Everfade calling in on the Metal Moose Radio program, offering his footlocker of horror movies to you. Toby, thanks for calling, man. We're going to get back and talk about more stupid stuff.
Thanks for calling. I'll go check out some movies.
No problem, Moose. You guys have a great show and talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, Squirrel.
Bye.
Coolest dude, man. I really like Toby. He's a good dude.
So, we've got some people here saying definitely watch the original Last House on the Left.
Last House on the Left is a really good one. The Hills
So-
Have Eyes. What's up, Mike Lane?
Now, The Hills Have Eyes, I've seen that. Well, okay, I haven't
Did you see the
actually watched
remake
it.
or the original?
I think it was the remake.
Yeah, don't do that. Watch the original.
Okay.
What about Evil Dead?
I don't know if I watched that one.
We're talking about great. I got like 1, 2, 3.
We're
4.
already in the spirit of Halloween. All Hallows Eve. Because
Okay, let's just
we
get it.
absolutely
Let's just
love
get it straight
Halloween.
here for everybody, so everybody understands.
What?
It's Samhain.
Samhain?
Samhain is the actual name of Halloween. Samhain.
Samhain.
Yes.
With a W.
Samhain.
Samhain. It's not all Hallows.
Well,
Eve.
it's Halloween to the
Halloween
majority of people, but
right.
it's Samhain.
Samhain. Is that the paganistic name?
Paganistic. Yeah, I guess you could say it's the paganistic
Pagan name. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pagan holiday, right?
It is. It is.
So, well, Christmas actually started out as a pagan holiday
This is true.
as well. And then they've changed it and commercialized it. And
It's the Moose. We'll be back.
You are listening to the Metal Moose.
for tonight inside. Mother never plans for life. Looking our eyes. Shine for self-believing anger. Setting fire rise. In our hours trying to create emerging paths tonight. Reach out to wonder. We wanna live this life. A street connection. It's all the only one. We are selves of death. But to stream in the night. Reach out to wonder. Protect the hour, the arrow die. Deep inside the mountains, left into polarize. Find another path inside. Looking our eyes. Shine for self-believing anger. Setting fire rise. In our hours trying to create emerging paths tonight. Reach out to wonder. We wanna live this life. A street connection. It's all the only one. We are selves of death. But to scream in the night. Reach out to wonder. Protect the hour, the arrow die. Fire!
Listening to the Metal Moose.
Bronx, Canada.
Take a drink from the cup that won't ignore you. The love of his friend that's been given to you. Once we're gone from this life, he won't disrail you. He will give you chances in this life that lay before you. Sacrifice, you will but there's been all he will give it to you. Save our sights and lay it for you. It's a sacrifice he's giving for you. Let's leave this world and not forget them. Many years we've shared, time will only let them soar through this wonderful world that we live in. The sacrifice we give always pleases. Sacrifice, you will but there's been all he will give it to you. Save our sights and lay it for you. It's a sacrifice he's giving for you. This life is hard sometimes. It's not supposed to be easy. He's giving his life for us. He will appreciate the
It's the Metal Moose Radio Show, getting ready to celebrate Samhain, which Squirrel's never heard of before.
No. Halloween.
Halloween,
Oh,
yes.
Hallows Eve.
Samhain. So your friend Hillary, you think that the health thing is a redirection?
Yes, I do.
So do you think that she's actually not sick?
I believe she could be sick. I just think that they're trying to distract from the true meaning of her being sick. Excuse me. First,
the true meaning of her being sick.
Okay, what the reason behind her being sick? Is it pneumonia? Is it
It's Alzheimer's.
Well, someone said she had a concussion.
Right, she's had several concussions.
Yeah, and then someone said that she possibly had a stroke because her aide was there and doing tests for stroke. So they said it could be that. But, I mean, yes, if she's really sick, I don't want to see anyone sick or ill. But what got me is on 9/11, they turned the focus from thousands and thousands of people in America who died on that day in a horrific situation, and they forgot about that for a majority of the time and focused it on a presidential candidate.
You really feel that way? That they actually? Do you feel that the press paid more attention to Hillary's health than they did 9/11?
Not, I would say, not completely, but I think they tried to distract from it, which I think was a very poor political move. If it was done for a political move, now if it was reality, I still think it's.
Here's
I'm
what I
sorry
know.
that she's sick, and I'm sorry that had to happen, and for all of her voters. And I'm not telling you who I'm voting for.
Here's what I know.
I'm
this
just saying,
conversation has been had since this happened. Well, Donald, if she happens to pass away, we can be banging interns all over the White House.
Oh my gosh!
I can get a hold of old, Monica, and your wife sure is good looking.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying that's a possibility. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That PR person who made that up.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I
applaud that PR person right now.
I'm just saying.
That was amazing. I'm just saying, wag the dog. If you've not seen the movie Wag the Dog, watch the movie Wag the Dog. You will understand the redirection.
It depends on what your definition of it is.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. The man can speak. You got to give it to him.
I do. I feel bad for her that she is ill for whatever reason, whether it's pneumonia, cold, stroke, or just.
Well, I'm kind of with you.
Know.
Look, here's the deal.
But
I don't care.
I feel bad for those thousands and thousands of people and their families who are supposed to be remembered on that day. Who they're like, oh wait, we're not going to care about you for a minute. We're going to care about this one person who isn't even your president yet, because she's coughing or she's whatever.
Well, I'm with you. I don't think that anybody.
I think that's wrong.
On 9/11, national coverage ought to be on 9/11, and that's it. I don't care who else got sick or care who won a football game or whatever. It should be about 9/11,
exactly.
and
exactly.
so. If Hillary took a nosedive because she had a stroke, I mean, that's awful, but it's nothing compared to what 9/11 was.
Exactly. And,
so,
once again, I'm sorry that she's ill. I'm sorry that she's having a difficult time. However, thousands and thousands of people versus one candidate. I'm sorry. I don't see that there. What are they trying to distract us from? And is that a political move? Oh, look, let's try to get people to support me and back me up because I'm sick. And that, if that is the case, that is the poorest reason.
Is that like porridge?
No, poorest. Like, it's sad if that was done, a political move going, oh, okay, let's divert this and let's get me, noticed.
Do you think for a second that there's anything she wouldn't do to make a positive? No, I don't either.
No, I don't think either one.
Matter of fact,
there's nothing that either one of them would do.
Just to throw this out there,
either one of them.
I think maybe she would let 4 people get murdered in Benghazi. Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Possibly.
I think both of them have their pros and cons.
Yeah, not that Donald Trump is a saint by any means.
Right, but it's like when it's time to vote. Do you pick the lesser of two evils? Or is one, is that what people think? Or
I'm voting for Gilbert Gottfried. We've gone over this.
Vote for squirrel. Yay.
That's it.
Vote for squirrel.
All right, guys, wake up, be kind, kick ass, repeat. It's what you do every week. Smile at somebody, put your arm around somebody, make them feel good. It's the Metal Moose. It's Moose and Squirrel from the Moosehead Studio. Hope you had an awesome night. Hope you enjoyed some of the metal. We got another show coming up next week. Find us at www.themetalmoose.com.
See ya.
That was funny.
Was that? That was pretty good. See ya.
Okay, guys, listen, find us on Facebook and stuff like that. And send naked pictures to Squirrel.
Oh, no.
Naked pictures to squirrel. It's the Moose. We'll see you next time. See ya!
All rights to the music heard on the Metal Moose are reserved by the authors, their labels, or authorized representatives that permitted their material to be used. The Metal Moose holds no rights to any music played on the show. Go to themetalmoose.com to submit your music to be heard on the show. Metal Moose accepts donations of money, Cheetos, bacon, and naked pictures. Thank you for tuning in and subscribe on iTunes. Rock out while you rack out and consider yourself moosed.